First of all, welcome back to Blue Eyes Creations. Now, I know in my last video I said that I was going to do something related to jewelry, but then I had a problem. I remembered that Easter's not in April this year. I associate it most with April. But this Sunday is Easter Sunday. I decided to start looking for crafts that could work for Easter, but not just Easter. I want them to be something that you can keep up for all of spring, because I know how frustrating it is to decorate for one holiday and then the decor doesn't really work for the rest of that period. I went on this massive search trying to find something that would work. I finally kind of succeeded. My idea that I'm going to share with you is something very, very simple, but very, very fun to make once you get the hang of it. I'm going to show you how to make these cute little flowers out of cupcake liners. Yes, we're using these little bitty paper things that frustrate everyone when you're trying to get them out into the cupcake pans, and we're going to turn them into a flower. I got all of my supplies from Dollar Tree, so this was like majorly done on a budget. We should probably get started. So, here is what you're going to need. Of course, you're going to need cupcake liners. I will admit, I've had these for a while. I got them at probably Walmart, but I got them for cheap. I promise, I'm not going to pay a lot for a cupcake liner, okay? But these are all like, this one has these chicks and these really nice springtime Eastery type colors on them. And then, like, this one's got flowers and little eggs on it. It's really cute. And this one's got springtime flowers on it. But they will all work really, really well. And to prove it to you, show you a few here that I've already made. You can do these any style you want. You can be as creative as you want. If you start making it and you decide to do something a little different, like I did there, go for it, because I have yet to try something that didn't look good. Of course, you have to put the cupcake liners onto something. And there are a couple of options. My first thought was to use those little bitty dowel rods, but I didn't really feel like cutting them. But that is an option if you can find them. You'd have to go to like Walmart, maybe Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, some other craft store. Another option, and these were actually at Dollar Tree, these are little straws. They've just got little dots and little swirls on them. You can see them right there. So it's $1 for a pack of 15. These are really strong. They work really well. I've so far made all of my flowers using this. Another option you have is floral wire. And this is not the little green stuff. Don't get that. That's not gonna do you any good here. This is a bit thicker gauge and really stiff. It would work really well. Now, all I could find at my Dollar Tree was red. But that's okay, because if you go to a craft store, you can get floral tape and wrap the floral tape around it, and then everybody thinks, oh, it's a green stem. And it's just floral tape around other colored wire. But it works. Whatever works. Nobody has to know all your secrets, okay? So if you want, keep it between me and you, that's all good. But how are we gonna put these cupcake liners onto our straw or wire or dowel rod or whatever we're using? We need a glue gun. Again, I have the high temp glue gun because I apparently like burning myself. Here, since you're using paper product essentially, high temp, low temp, doesn't really matter. Whatever you have will work, I promise. And you will need scissors. And believe it or not, that's all you're gonna need. I mean, later on you may need to find a vase or something to put these in, something that will allow you to present them. But for right now, as far as making the flowers goes, this is all you need. Let's make a flower. Alright, first of all, you need to have a pretty clean surface. And what we're gonna do is pick out which cupcake liner we want to use. I have multiple different ones simply because these little packs came in like 20 or so for $1. And you can mix and match. I've done several where I had more than one type of cupcake liner on the flower. And the combinations usually turn out really well. I don't really want to use the foil this time. It's really pretty, but I think I'm done using the foil. I have a few of these white ones, and I might throw them in to break up the mix. So I have 4 white liners right here, 4 of them. And I think I'll do this one, simply because I kind of like the idea of contrasting these two. The number of liners you use is really up to you. If you want a fuller flower, something big and pretty like this, I used 8 cupcake liners for this one. If you're wanting something perhaps a little smaller, a little cuter, this is a really small one, made with about 4 liners, it looks like. I don't recommend going under 4 though, because then you get that really closed up look and it's not as pretty. I'm gonna do 3 of this kind, and let's get rid of one of these. and I'll do 3 of the white ones. The next trick is to get your liners in a form that is usable. So what you're going to do is take your scissors, and you're going to start by making a cut right up, maybe halfway up the piece. So it's stops about right there. Now that's what all the cuts are going to look like until we make our last one. Now for these, you can make the petals as wide or as small as you'd like. I usually go about 4 ridges, so the petals are about that wide at the top. And it makes it look really good, in my opinion. Okay, so here is the last cut we're gonna make. This one you're gonna make all the way up into the edge right here. And the reason you're going to do that is because you're going to cut the bottom out of this. You don't need the bottom for this project. However, I wouldn't go throwing the bottoms away just yet, because if you do like I did, I went to Dollar Tree and got a really cute bucket to put these in as a presentation piece. The bucket comes in a singular color, and you can use the cupcake bottoms, you know, round them out a little better, make them into little better circles, or maybe cut them into different designs, and you can tape or glue or whatever them onto your presentation piece. They'd also work great if you make an Easter card. Take some paper, place these onto a card to help decorate a card to send to the family. There's all kinds of things that can be done. So if you cut these out and then you come up with an idea for them, let me know what you do with them. I'd love to hear your ideas. Back to our little cupcake liner. You now have 1 set of petals. Now, however many of these cupcake liners you use for the flower, that's how many of these little things you have to cut out. Okay, so we've got all of these cut out now. You need to make sure you have your straw, wire, whatever handy. And you also need to get your glue gun good and warmed up. Now, if you are worried about the surface of your table or whatever you're working on, it's a good idea to lay down some cardboard or something like that to catch the hot glue drips, because, you know, the glue guns will drip a little bit. What you're going to do first, you're going to put some hot glue all the way around your stem, if it'll come out for us. I'm going to start with the white foil on mine so that I end up with the other on the outside. And all you're going to do is start wrapping it around your stem. And you need to be very careful because we don't want to burn ourselves. That's no fun. And see, you just start wrapping it, and eventually it'll kind of look like a flower. There's our first cupcake liner applied to our stem. Now you're going to alternate, so you're going to start with this one next, or your other style, or maybe the same one, depending on what you decide to do. But you're just going to start the next one where the last one left off. Alright, so now that we have finished putting all of our little petals on here, I'm going to kind of pull some of these glue strings out, and you will have strings from your hot glue left over, so don't really worry about that. Just as you go, kind of pull them out. And then all you do is you go through and you kind of pull the petals back. Just start pulling them back like that. So you're just gonna kind of fluff the flowers out the way you want them to look. This is a really simple idea. You can stick them in, again, I've got a small pail that I'm going to use, and these work for an Easter decoration, they work for spring in general. They'll brighten up your house, but at the same time, it also works really well for people who have severe allergies. I can't handle real flowers most of the time because the pollen kills me. So being able to make little flowers like this, it's fun, it's a bit of a stress reliever. It keeps me from bringing real flowers into the house and having all kinds of problems existing because of my allergies. That was this week's creation. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have other ideas, maybe some input on this, or thoughts on maybe another video, go ahead and stick that in the comments, let me know. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any videos. Next week, I'm gonna try and get the jewelry video that I promised you uploaded. I will tell you that it's going to involve earrings, because I like making earrings, so make sure you come back for that. So until next time, keep creating.